My name is Mark Miner. I am an investigative writer and author. In my travels, I've investigated many people and places. Watch as I seek out stories that are typically outside of the box of normal. I am the Seeker. Hey everybody, so today we're going to talk about shadow people, or what we call the Watchers. A number of religions, legends, and belief systems describe what are known as shades, shadowy spiritual beings or supernatural entities, or what we're going to call today, like I said, the Watchers. There isn't consensus on whether these figures are good, bad, or something else entirely. Some ufologists believe that man, or that the Hat Man, or the shadow person, or the Watcher, could be an alien species observing people. Data collected on the Watchers has predominantly been first-hand accounts of personal experiences. People describe an entity watching either from a doorway, closet, or corner of a room. Most accounts say observation is all that happens, strengthening the ufologist claims. Others claim that they are approached on, or that the Watcher hovers over the top of them, strengthening the scientific community's claim that the Watcher is experienced as sleep paralysis. Yet others claim to also see him during the daytime when they are awake and going about their day. Still other accounts state they experience seeing the Watcher during, after, or before a major trauma or traumatic event. This connection to the Watcher would seem to suggest a spiritual or emotion-driven aspect to the shade or shadow figure not always accounted for. So what does the Watcher look like? Physical accounts of the Watcher are that he appears with male-defined characteristics. The Watcher is completely a dark entity, most similar to what people could more easily identify as a shadow person. The Watcher wears a fedora or some type of long brimmed hat. The Watcher appears to be wearing some type of coat, often described as a trench coat. Some accounts say he has red eyes. However, most people say, much like his clothing, his face is obscured and they can make out a general outline of where he's located. So you can't really see features of the face too much. Witnesses describe his height being about 6 feet tall. But let's go to another story. Let's go to something that happened, more of like a folklore myth, where it is why I wanted to create this video. So the Dark Watchers is a name given to a group of entities in California folklore known as, or being observed as, by travelers along the Santa Lucia Mountains. The Dark Watchers are described as tall, sometimes giant-sized, featureless dark silhouettes, often adorned with brimmed hats or walking sticks. They are most often reported to be seen in the hours around twilight and dawn. They are said to be motionless, as watching travelers from the horizon along the Santa Lucia mountain range. According to legend, no one has seen one up close, or if someone were to approach them, they would simply disappear. While sometimes attributed to the Chumash people, who historically inhabited the central and southern coastal regions of California, nothing analogous to the legend appears to exist in their mythology. When Spanish settlers first moved into the area, they were said to have witnessed the Dark Watchers, whom they dubbed Los Vigilantes Oscuros. The Dark Watchers are most famously given a brief mention in John Steinbeck's Flight, included in the 1938 collection of his short stories, The Long Valley. Along with his Watchers are also referenced by poet Robinson Jeffers in the titular poem of his 1937 collection, Such Counsels You Gave to Me, and Other Poems. John Steinbeck's son, Thomas Steinbeck, would grow up to report having seen the Dark Watchers during his childhood, and later, along with artist Benjamin Brode, collaborate on a book titled In Search of the Dark Watchers, where they go into the history of the legend and interview locals who claim to have seen them. such as famed Big Sur resident Billy Post. According to newspaper archives in the mid-1960s, a Monterey Peninsula local and former high school principal went on a hiking trip in the Santa Lucias Mountains when he suddenly spotted a dark figure standing on a rock and surveying the area. When the principal called out to the other hikers, the creature vanished. So is this something that's a personal thing with people? We don't know. There are possible explanations such as illusions, hallucinations, or misinterpretation of natural stimulus brought on by exhaustion or isolation have been proposed by psychologists. Infrasound, which can be generated by wind, can cause feelings of uneasiness and anxiety in some people and is frequently connected in paranormal sightings. An optical illusion known as Brocken's specter is a plausible explanation for the legend. A Brocken specter, mountain specter, can occur in certain atmospheric conditions when the sun is at a particular angle. The subject's shadow can be cast onto a cloud bank around them, creating the illusion of a large shadowy humanoid figure. So, what do you think? Have you seen a shadow person in your bedroom? Have you seen one as you've been walking? Have you seen something flit at the corner of your eye and then only turn and that something's not there? Does that mean that their watchers do exist? I don't know. Could it be something from a parallel dimension? There's no way of knowing. All we can take is personal experiences and go from there. There's nothing scientific that can be used on this, and there's a lot of explanations that can be given, but in all reality we all really don't know. So let me know what you think. Let me know if you've seen something. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here, and I just want to say thanks for staying weird, guys. Be proud to be weird, and we will continue on to the next investigation. I want to thank you again so much for showing up, and you guys have a great